Hello everyone. Let us continue the AP DSC 2025 questions part 2. In this, I'm continuing the question. Sixth question in previous class. 5 questions already explained with explanation. If you want, watch that video and come to this. So now, two flasks A and B of 500 ml each are respectively filled with oxygen and nitrogen. They are giving two flasks filled with oxygen and nitrogen at 300 Kelvin. 300 Kelvin means both are same temperature. Pressure is 1 atmospheric pressure. 1 atmospheric pressure. And volume is also 500 ml. 500 ml volume. This is pressure. 500 ml volume. So they are asking the flask will contain same number of moles, same number of atoms, same amount of gases, more number of moles in flask A and B. How to solve this question? According to Avogadro's law, equal volumes of any gases under same temperature and pressure will have same molecules. Same molecules. They are saying same molecules, but in the answer, same molecules are not given. Same number of atoms. This is not same number of atoms because oxygen is different, nitrogen is different. So different atoms. Same amount of gases. So amount means oxygen weight is 32. Nitrogen weight is 28 because oxygen is atomic weight is 16. O2 means 32. And then nitrogen atomic weight is 14. This is 28. So same amount of gases is also not possible. More number of moles in flask E and B. They are giving moles. So how do we have molecules converted into moles? We have a formula, molecules equal to moles into Avogadro number. This is molecules n equal to small n into Avogadro number. Avogadro number is represented. This is a constant 6.022 into 10 power 23 molecules. So if it is a constant, molecules are same means definitely this is moles are also same. So the answer is same number of moles. 2 moles are there. More number of moles in flask A. Wrong. Same number of moles. Why? Because same number of molecules are present. That's why same number of moles. Answer is same number of moles. Likewise, we need to solve this question. Sometimes they will give you oxygen or sulfur dioxide they will give you. Sometimes sulfur dioxide and nitrogen they will give you. Whatever may be the gas. That's why according to Avogadro law, whatever may be the gases, any gas under same temperature, pressure will have same molecules, equal volumes of gases. Here volumes are also very, very important. Volume is equal, pressure is equal, temperature is equal. Then we can easily solve this question. Very, very important. Reasons for chromium in electroplating. See here, chromium appears. Usually, chromium gives the shiny appearance on the articles. That's why on bicycles or on pipelines, this chromium coating on the pipelines, chromium coating on the bicycle parts, all these are present. That will give very shining, mirror-like shining it will give. Does not corrode it. So, it avoids the corrosion also. There is no rusting if the coating is shiny. Resist scratches. So because of the mirror like shininess and it will be very, very smooth, so it resists the scratches. But it is wrong because this is so much expensive. Chromium is expensive. So 3 are correct. What is the answer? A, B, C are correct. Reasons for the using of chromium in electroplating. A, B, C are correct. This is the option. Likewise, we need to solve this. See, question itself is very lengthy. Without getting any confusion, you have to solve the question. So they have given D in two options. Don't get confused. D in two options. It may be correct. Don't give guess like that. Learn the concept. So wrong combination. Next one is 8th question. Wrong combination of the following. What is the wrong? Oxygen supports the combustion. It is correct. Without oxygen, there is no burning of any substance. Nitrogen occupies 1/4 of air. It is wrong. Nitrogen usually occupies 4/5 of atmosphere by volume. By volume 4/5, not by 1/4. Carbon dioxide released in respiration. Usually we are inhaling air and we are exhaling the carbon dioxide. Oxygen is present in our body. So during respiration, carbon dioxide is releasing out. Atmosphere, it is a thin layer of atmosphere. Definition itself is a thin layer of air is present. So which wrong combination of the following is? B is the wrong combination. Oxygen is correct, carbon dioxide is correct, atmosphere is also correct. Wrong combination is B. Answer is 2. Likewise, you need to solve the question. This is also again fact-based question. There is no concept. Now, the bleaching action of sulfur dioxide. This is very important. In many exams they are asking. Now, let us see what is bleaching action. Process of removing color from material. So if you are removing color from a material, we need bleaching agents. So for example, we have sulfur dioxide, chlorine, etc. All these are bleaching agents. They are asking what is the nature of sulfur dioxide. We can remove color. Remove color usually takes place in 2 chemical reactions that reduce the metals, that reduce the materials. Chemical reactions means we can remove through chemical reaction that oxidize materials. Here sulfur dioxide is a reducing agent. What is meant by reducing agent? What is meant by event manager, which conducts events? Event manager conducts the different kinds of events. Similarly, reducing agent means which conducts the reduction reaction. What is meant by reduction reaction? Reduce other substances. So reducing agent reduce other substances. What is mean by reduction or reduce? Say for example, we have manganese 7 plus is there. So then it is converted into manganese 5 plus. How this is converted? By gaining 2 electrons. Whenever 2 electrons are added to Mn7 plus, it will be converted into 5 plus. Charge is reduced. Here, what is that? Charge is reduced. Charge of other substances are reduced. Means the substances which gives electrons, thereby it reduces the charge. That is what we call it as reducing agent. What is reducing agent? Which conducts the reduction reaction. How it conducts the reduction reaction? By reducing the charge. How it reduces the charge? Releasing the electrons. So sulfur dioxide gives the electrons. Thereby it reduces the charge. That is clear cut property of sulfur dioxide, reducing property. Here what happens, sulfur dioxide usually in moisture produce usually H2SO4 and hydrogen. This hydrogen is called as nascent hydrogen. Nascent hydrogen. Say to balance this we have 2H2O because 4 here 2 hydrogens plus 2 hydrogens and then 1 sulfur is there, 1 sulfur, 4 oxygens are there, 4 oxygens. Now this colored material now react with this nascent hydrogen, becomes colorless. But which is not permanent. We can say temporary. Effect. This is temporary effect. Sulfur dioxide gives the temporary effect. Temporary bleaching agent, we can say. This is by supplying the nascent hydrogens produced from sulfur dioxide, thereby color of the substance is disappeared. So this is the total action. They definitely in one of the exam they asked how sulfur dioxide discolor the materials by releasing the nascent hydrogen. Very, very important. I will explain, I will extend the some of the concept to the further other than the question. If we are taking chlorine, whenever chlorine reacts with water, will produce the HCl plus nascent oxygen. Now, colored substance, colored material plus nascent oxygen. This oxygen is nothing. Nascent means newly born oxygen, newly born hydrogen. Just now it is formed from reaction. So colored material undergo this nascent oxygen, becomes colorless. But once it is colorless through chlorine, it is a permanent. Very, very important, which is a permanent effect. So here what happened, this is oxygen having the oxidizing property. Sulfur dioxide having reducing. What is reducing property? Gives the electrons. Oxidizing property means gains the electron. Here gives electron or loss of electron. Here gives the electron. So the substance which conducts the oxidation is oxidizing agent. The substance which conducts the reduction. What is reduction? Charge reduction. How charge is reduced? 2 positive charges are nullified by 2 electron negative charges, thereby charge is reduced. So here finally this is bleaching action by oxidizing property by reducing agent. So finally the answer is the bleaching action of sulfur dioxide is due to oxidizing property, reducing property, acidic property, basic property. Which property? That is reducing property. So answer is B. Likewise, in the question they asked reducing, because of reducing property of sulfur dioxide, bleaching action is going on. Because of oxidizing property of chlorine, bleaching action is going on. What is bleaching action? We are removing color from the materials. That is what we call it as bleaching action. Very, very important concept. And sulfur dioxide bleaching action is temporary. By giving external oxygen, if we are keeping that substance in the environment again, it will gain its original color. But if we are taking chlorine bleaching action, it is a permanent. Once the color is faded, it won't regain its original color. Thank you.